Hey everybody, this is Orbeez2468 again, bringing you another Evol video, Evol related. What I'm making this video about is like the support cards of this set, the next set, all these cards, how they would impact the meta, and if they'll do good or bad. This is just my opinion from what I've seen at my locals, YCSs, and from online people, or the people online who duel, post their decks or whatnot. Other than that, let's get started. Anyway, let's have the spells since they're all right here. This is not a deck profile. This is just my opinion on cards that should appear or people should try out instead of saying, oh, this is bad or whatnot. But all these cards can link together. Yes, even Evol Instant and Pelta. They can all link together into fantastic combos. Actually, nah, screw the spells first. Screw the spells. Let's do the Evol tiles that are actually worth playing. So we have the new one in the next set, Lagasukas, Najajo, and my Weslows. Now, for our Evol players out there, you should know what these two effects are. Gravekeeper Spy, Flips, Summon an Evolsaur. And if tributed, summon an Evolsaur, great with Evol Force, enemy controller, instant, tribute summoning for monarchs or whatnot. And then we have this guy. He's in the next set, and I'm actually thinking of trying to run 3 of them, because I would rather draw him than my Evolsaurs. But what he does is one out of 2 effects. If this card gets normal summoned, I can send one Evolsaur from my deck to my graveyard, so it makes Volcano plays playable. I could send a Pelta, Diplo, a Serrato, Alas, Taraz, Darwinos, or whoever I want. Doesn't care. So you can make your Volcano plays, boom. And then his secondary effect is what I really like. He's a Gravekeeper Spy for Evol tiles. When flip face up, summon an Evol tile from your deck. So the reason why I want to run him at 3 is because a lot of decks are evolving around Najajo now, like Wesel and Najajo, but more of Najajo plays because Najajo can explode. Like, seriously, Najajo can explode. If tributed, summon Evolsaur. Just if tributed in general, so you can do it for a tribute summon, which I'm going to try to make the deck focus around that. I've tried the idea before. A friend of mine told me the idea that he wants to pull more Evol tiles than his Evolsaurs, and it's like, that's a good idea. Because Lagasukas can count as an Evol tile, and it can search out. Like, I would use Najajo to flip him to get Najajo mainly. Or, if my opponent didn't attack, I could just flip him face up, and depending on my hand, I either can get another one of him, or I can get a Weslow, and then instant rank 3. Because he's a level 3 also. 1200 attack, 500 defense, reptile, and he looks like he's dancing. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I could see Lagasukas being played a lot. Like, in my new build, I'm making Lagasukas either 2 or 3, Najajo at 2, because of the new search card we're getting. The deck searches itself out really fast. And then still the 3 Wesels, or maybe cut down to 2. So like I said, the deck has so much search, it's just flat out ridiculous. So that's it for the tiles. So now let's go to the source. We have Volcano, Darwinos, Pelta, Taraz, Elias, Diplo, and Serrato. Since we're at Serrato, let's start with him. Summoned by an Evol tile, gains 200, so from 19 he turns to 21, and when he stores monsters, search for an Evol tile. Evol tiles are right here, people. Evol tiles are right here. The main ones you want. Level 4, Dinosaur, so you can get out Laggy or Doka or any level 4 with Volcano. I think he should be run at 3 no matter what. Because he's a good card to have in hand also. Like, you could just normal summon him, and then he's just a beater. And if he gains his effect, he becomes a 21 beater with a search. So, not bad. Next, we have our Diplos, which are walking MSTs. Now, I've been seeing decks online that if they use Diplo, they don't run MSTs. But since we're seeing a lot of skill drains being played, MSTs should be run more than Diplo. unless you're running this card, which is called Evol Price, and in the background you can actually see Najajo and Terras frozen up in ice, and then a very evolved version of Darwinos. And what it does is when a monster gets summoned by an effect of an Evol tile, so you can use Lagasugas to search out another monster, just as any monster summoned by a tile. Target card your opponent just controls and destroy it. So you can basically control their skill drain. But instead of wasting this effect on skill drain, you could just use your MSTs on skill drain. Because we're seeing Hero Beat, Dark World Beat, we're seeing photon drains, Beast drains. We're just seeing all the draining power right now, and it's ridiculous. Because skill drain screws up a lot of decks, Insectors, windups. So I'm not so sure about Diplo being played in a deck. I mean, sure, he's a staple at 2, but like I said, with skill drains, and his stats being at 16 and 800, he can only poke over some, but not the main cards like Thunder Kings, or even defend himself against a Thunder King or whatnot. So really, I'm thinking of actually playing him at 1 to 2, and then having 2 to 3 MSTs for protection. Let's go to the other level 4s. Volcano. Now, I'm iffy about Volcano because, like I said, Skill Drain is making an appearance. So Volcano plays could actually be iffy, and what makes him different from all the Evosaurs, even Elias and Terras, the difference is that he sucks at hand. He legit sucks at hand. I mean, Darwinos is a 22 beater. Pellet has a 2,000 defense. Elias, you got Tribute Tone to bring him out, but he has 2,400 defense. Terras is a 2,400 attacker. Diplo's even better than Volcano to have in hand, and then Serrato is 19, and he can become 21. And then we have the tiles, 2,000 defense in the Jazz, 2,000 defense in the Jajo, and then a 1,900 defense Wezo. With Volcano, he sucks to have in hand. That's why I'm trying to run Promo Soup, and it has helped me at locals because of this card. Because of Thunder King. Thunder King can screw up this deck if you're running Pot of Duality. But with Promo Soup, you get to shuffle him back, any of the Swords, back to your hand, and then you draw 2 cards. But I'm thinking of having Volcano at 1 because, like I said, Skill Drain. Skill Drain really sucks. And Skill Drain just kills this deck. And I'm trying to make this deck playable in any situation. Because evolution is based on trial and error. If there's an error that goes on, the next generation will learn about it, and then they'll figure out a way how to get rid of that error, and then evolve better strength, body parts, or styles in order to keep themselves alive. So, like reptiles to walking on 2s and 4s, and then learning how to fly to catch prey and whatnot. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to make this deck perfect. And I keep getting top 4 in my locals because I would go up against a bad match and just want to give my insight on the deck. So, Volcano, I'm thinking of playing him at 1. I don't have 3 here because my 3rd is in my deck box and I don't want to bring it out because I don't feel like it. I'm just bringing out what I have, so yeah, that's Volcano. He special summons from the graveyard. That's why he sucks to be in hand, because all the main tiles are searched from deck, except for him, Lagasugas, except he mills, but your main ones to summon is from the deck, so he sucks to have in hand. Next we have Darwinos, 2,200 attack, level 5, an effect is when he's summoned by a tile, target a monster, and you can target a monster and increase its level by 1 or 2. You can target himself to make him a level 6. You can target an opponent's monster to increase their levels. Yeah. But a lot of people like him because he can change his level. Now, a really good player who knows Evos would, if you bring out Darwinos, that would be telling you that they're going to try to XE summon into something big. So play Effect Veiler on him, and then his effect's a dud. And that's what I don't like about it. Effect Veiler, Skill Drain. Yeah, I'm focusing a lot on Skill Drain because Skill Drain is legit like a virus. It keeps spreading and it just won't stop. So that's why I'm focused on it right now. But Darwinos, He's just a 22 beater, level changer. Okay. Best combo. Wessel, flip summon him, make him level 5, XC to rank 5. I really want to use him and don't want to use him at the same time. Other than that, yeah. Next, we got Pelta. TTG exclusive. He's the first defensive Evolsaur, like next to Elias, but first real defensive that you can actually play from your hand. Level 4 Dino, 1000 attack, 1100 attack, 2000 defense. Summoned by a tile, gains 500, so becomes 25. Sheehan can't run over. Enemy Lagias or Dokas can't run it over. Not a whole lot can run him over. And if he gets destroyed by battle, add a Evol tile from your deck to your hand. So really, what you can do with him is play Creature Swap, which I just remembered I forgot to put him up here as cards of suggestions to use, because I have like enemy controllers on top. Evol Force, Evol Variace, Evol Price, Primary Soup to run, and I just remember that now, but he's situational if you're playing Creature Swap. But I really want to make him playable because I would run at times where I would use up my Diplos and Seralos when I could use them for their effects later on. And so he's just a perfect scapegoat. He's a defensive vanilla, 2000 defense. Thunder King can't poke on him. Your opponent loses 100. 100 is better than none. And then I could just normal summon him, and he can't be bottomless because he only has 1100 attack. But other than that, I want to make use of him. I really want to make use of him. But other than that, let's continue. We have Elias and Terraz. Elias is level 6, 100 attack, 2400 defense. Effect: when this card gets summoned by effect of a tile, you can special summon an Evolsaur, a level 6 or lower fire dinosaur from your hand to the field. So he can actually work in Jurac decks with Casanero, Evoltile Casanero, which I don't have him up right now, which I should, but I don't. Other than that, he's great. A lot of people main him in Evol decks now because Solda is amazing in this format. Torrential at 2. And he can't be destroyed by card effects when he has exit materials. That's what makes him awesome. And he's very underrated because he's hard to get out. But with Alias, you can go Evol Force, Najajo, bring him out, and then bring out another one. Or just bring him out, and if you have one in hand, what do you do? And then you get another Evolsaur effect. Instant rank 6. But the problem with him is that he can't really defend himself because he's at 100 attack, but he's meant to be at defense. That's the thing. He's meant to go defensive. But the main beater is Serato, and if you don't have a Serato and your opponent is playing attack-heavy decks, which most decks do, you're basically screwed. That's why I want to use this guy. I really want to try to use this guy, Terraz. When this monster gets summoned by effect of a tile, it loses 500 attack. Okay. Now, that's because of an effect. Now, let's say opponent has Skill Drain, and you play him. Free 2400 attack when summoned by a tile. And since we have Najajo walks around. I repeat, he walks around Skill Drain because he's in the graveyard. And then in the next set, there's a card called Soul Drain, which Soul Drain sucks. I repeat, Soul Drain sucks because it kills graveyard effects. So really, what's the point of removing from play if you could just play Soul Drain? Anyway, I want to make this guy playable because either way, he's a beatstick and he's meant to be a Kamikaze. Kamikaze against Monarchs, Kamikaze against Thunder Kings, 1900 beaters in general. He's meant to OTK himself. And since we have Najajo and Evol Variace, that makes plays for him really, really, really well. And we also have Lagastukas. Another reason why I want to run Terraz, because if Terraz is at hand and I have him set, his opponent destroys it, I get out Najajo, tribute the Najajo for a Terraz. And if my opponent decides to Bonos Terraz, that's fine by me. It really doesn't matter. Because I just bait all their cards and I can just go to any of these other Evosaurs that I want to choose. But I'm not going to be running all of them. I'm just saying my personal opinion on each of these good cards. But yeah, Terraz is basically telling us something that just because he has a downgrade doesn't make him a bad effect. Every card is made for a purpose. Just look at X-Saber Partial, the tuner. Sure, he's weak and you take 1,000 damage, but he's a level 2 tuner that cannot be blown up. And he's meant for that. He's meant for stall. Sure, I'll lose 1,000 per standby phase. Point is, you can stall and still have field control with him out. That's all that really is. Okay, so we have our Lagias, Soda, and Dolkas. Okay, now let's go into the spells. Hold on, gotta move. We have our enemy controller. Now, enemy controller is really iffy to me right now because, sure, he works great with Najajo. Sorry, my cards are starting to fall everywhere. But Najajo. And it's very versatile for Serato and all these others. But the fact is that if you control your opponent's big gun and then you can't get rid of it next turn, you give their monster back and then they can do whatever they want and they can just run you over for game. That's what I don't like about this card. Or, if you're facing a Gorz, none of these monsters can outrun it. I repeat, none of these monsters can outrun a Gorz in attack or defense position. That's why you gotta rely on this bad boy now. Which, that's another reason why I want to bring Terraz into play, because I contribute the Najajo and then play this card's effect based off it. And Lagasukas too, so I have control of the field. Next we have Evolforce. Tribute an Evol tile, such summon Evolsaur from your deck, gains its effect. You must run at 3. I don't care. You gotta run this bad boy at 3. If you don't run at 3, don't even play the deck. Now, another reason why I really want to make Lagasukas, Terraz, and even Evol Instant, which I'm going to get in a bit playable. Variace. Evol Variace. Add an Evol tile, or, I repeat, or an Evolsaur from your deck to your hand. You can only activate this card once per turn. So, with this card, you can search out for basically any Evolsaur or Evol tile you want, depending on the situation. No doubt that this card is going to be a super either a super or maybe even an ultra in the next set, because he searches out basically for any of these fuckers if you want. Any of these fuckers. He just searches out so much. Basically, this card helps you with situation. Have a Najajo, don't have a monster or card to tribute, search for a Terraz, tribute to summon the Terraz, summon an Evolsaur based on situation, and then do whatever you want. Or search for an Evol tile. If you have Evol Force, I would mainly go for Najajo or Lagasukas. That way, I can still keep my Najajos for later play, and then just use my Lagasukas to send any of the Evolsaurs to the graveyard. Evol Force, Volcano, Special the Monster, Overlay, okay. But other than that, he searches the deck like crazy, and he's perfect. Primordial Soup, we have Evolsaurs all around. Just to recap, this is not my deck. These are just cards I'm just saying that people should consider thinking about when they're playing the Evolsaur deck. Just to consider. Primordial Soup is great. Walks around Thunder King, gets rid of the Evolsaurs from your hand to your deck, shuffle and draw better cards. Since we have this card, it makes this card more playable because you can just search for an Evolsaur that you don't need, and then you can just shuffle it back if you want to for desperate plays. I've done it once, and it helped me a lot because I had a Najajo in hand, and I had a Diplo in hand I didn't need, and I decided to play this Evol Variace to get out a Serato, play Primordial Soup, shuffle it back, and next thing you know, I got a Wezzel and an E-Force, which that made my day. That really made my day. So, don't doubt Primordial Soup. And then I talked about Evol Price already. This card gets rid of opponents' Spirit Reapers, Marshmallows, big guns. If it's still out in the field, I would consider playing 2. I would consider playing 2 for consistency wise, and also since we have all this search. Since we have all this search, this card basically is needed. I love Lagasukas. He's just awesome. He's just flat out awesome. And Lagasukas could actually use this card, not just monster summon, not just Evol Source that could be summoned by the tiles, but Evol Tile summoning another Evol Tile. He can use that. Last but not least, we have Evo Instant, a TCG exclusive trap card that allows you to tribute a reptile and then summon an Evolsaur from your deck. Okay, so what I like about this card is that you tribute a reptile and you summon an Evolsaur. You can do any reptile you want, aliens, reptilians, but who would be playing those in an Evolsaur deck? Yeah, but what I really like about that card, oh no, my camera's acting funky. What I like about this card is that you can use Najajo, tribute Najajo to bring out a TRS, which becomes 24, and then use the Najajo effect to bring out another one, and then you can chain off with that. I really like this card because it's a quick play version of Evol Force. It's a legit quick play, but it's watered down in exchange. So don't mock this card, people. Really don't mock this card. I had a friend in California. Same person that he gave me the idea of using 3 Lagasukases and 2 Najajos and the Weslos and whatnot, and then 2 Evol Instants, and it worked out really nice. It was just really Evol Tile heavy. That's the problem. It was really Evol Tile heavy, but it got what I wanted to do with it, which is summon Evolsaurs like crazy, and then I overlay. And it was so fast. It was legit so fast. I would have run out of Evolsaurs in no time. But the problem is, I couldn't pull any ones with effects, so that's why I main decked 3 Peltas. And I would use all 3 for instant, and oh my god, it was amazing. It was flat out amazing. And also, in the next set, we're getting a rank 4, known as number 32, Marine Biting Shark Drake or whatever. Use this. Why? Tribute the Najajo, summon a blank level 4, and if you have an Evolsaur Graveyard, get out Volcano, special summon it, overlay for it, and then that becomes your beat stick, 2800 attack, and allows you to outrun a lot of fuckers. So yeah, that's the video. When the list gets confirmed, I'm gonna be making a pure deck video on the deck when the whole list gets confirmed on what the set is in a few weeks. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and learned a few things from it. Other than that, I wish you guys happy dueling. Subscribe, like, comment, post, or whatnot. And if you guys have Evol videos that you want me to see, I'll be more than happy to take a look at them, because I love seeing other people's thoughts on the deck and how they run it, and I just want to see how they think. And if I like their idea, I'll try it out myself and send them feedback. Other than that, happy dueling, guys.